What is going on, everyone? In this video, I'm going to do a Deus Ex Let's Play while answering questions from my Thanks for 100,000 Subs video. You all contributed a ton of interesting questions that I think I would like to talk about or answer, and instead of just me staring into a camera for 15 minutes and rattling off answers while trying to seem aloof yet approachable, beautiful yet down to earth, I think I'll just play some Deus Ex and talk to you guys about the questions that you've asked. So, Control Pain, you rock, buddy. I know you've been around for a long time. I really appreciate all the support. This one is for you. Yeah. So, I'm gonna kind of balance playing the game and talking about stuff. There's enough running around hiding that I won't talk over the plot. Okay, I gotta find my brother Paul, but don't worry, Paul's gonna find me momentarily. There's very little I can do about that. Here he comes. What's up, buddy?
Paul, I thought you were in Hong Kong. Welcome to the Coalition, JC. I might as well start using your code name. Think I'd miss my brother's first day? Didn't think you'd have a choice. What's going on? The NSF. They hit one of our shipments. A few of them got away, but we trapped the rest in the statue. What are we waiting for? Looks like a textbook assault. The NSF took one of our agents hostage. The bots are holding the perimeter, but my orders are to hold back and send you in alone. I think someone high up wants to see how you handle the situation. All I've got with me is a pistol and an electric prod. I don't mind a test, but UNATCO better issue some hardware. Remember that we're police. Stick with the prod. It'll stun your opponents or knock them unconscious. A non-lethal takedown is always the most silent way to eliminate resistance. Just in case, though, Manderley wants you to pick an additional weapon. A sniper rifle, a GEP gun, or a mini crossbow.
Our first choice, kind of like a play-style question. Sniper rifle, explosive, like RPG type thing, or the crossbow?
The crossbow. Sometimes you've got to make a silent takedown. Good thinking. With these tranquilizer darts, you'll have another non-lethal way to take down an enemy in addition to the prod. I get the idea. What's the first move? I'm going to give you a map of the island. If you can get to the North Dock, a UNATCO informant will give you a key to the statue doors. He responds to the code phrase, iron and copper. You could avoid a lot of fighting, though, if you found a back way to the statue. I'll see how it looks on shore. Your primary objective is the makeshift command center the terrorists have installed at the top of the statue. But don't forget about Agent Herman. We think he's being held on the ground floor. What are my orders when I reach the command center? Interrogate the leader. We don't yet know why the terrorists would risk an open assault. What's your take on the situation, Corporal?
The bots have them bottled up, sir. We'd go right in if it weren't for the whole back order.
How'd they get one of our agents?
Gunter went rogue on us. When the order came, he wouldn't pull back. Now you get to bail him out.
Alright, we've got to rescue someone in there. I don't know if I do, but I'm gonna start answering questions in a few minutes. I think there's enough like talking in these first few minutes that
You just gonna stay here? There's been some activity at sea. I'm going to watch the coast. Why'd they bring you back to New York? I don't know what they have planned. I messed up an assassination attempt on one of the Triad leaders in Hong Kong. UNATCO pulled you out? It's a long story. You better head to the statue. Which Triad was UNATCO targeting? We'll talk about that later. How was your graduation? I want to hear what happened.
I
wish I could have come.
I can handle it.
At the time, I could have cared less that Mom and Dad came to mine, but it was a good thing. The UN threw a dinner in honor of me, the first nano-augmented agent. I didn't know that. Guess I must be old news. Dad made a toast. I don't know if you remember his old brown suit. A toast? That doesn't sound like our father. It was hard for him in front of the diplomats, but he savored every moment. Strange how proud he could be when so much was due to our augmentations. Yes, he was proud. I believe that much. It was nice to have done something for him and Mom. I wish someone could have been there for you. I'm used to being on my own. One can be too self-sufficient, I'm coming to believe.
That is very true in life. It's good to be able to be self-sufficient, but insisting on it can be, I don't know, not the most productive thing.
SF everywhere, JC. Your orders are to shoot on sight. The UNATCO informant of the North Dock can get you inside the statue. Look for a bum. Identify yourself with the phrase iron and copper.
Iron and copper. Roger.
Best thing is to let the bots handle the ground assault.
Sometimes when you just right-click on people long enough, they keep telling you interesting things. Alright, I guess not. Okay. So we are a nano-augmented super soldier, and there is a multi-tool. Okay, let us begin. The first question, as I work through this first portion, is will I continue to kind of update and expand the sysadmin basics series or playlist that I created? The answer is yes, definitely.
If you want to make a covert approach, remember the Academy stealth course. Stay out of their field of view, walk slowly to stay quiet, and crouch behind cover. Or if you have to get your hands dirty, remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
I do want to expand that basic course. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas. I think just kind of adding one-off videos to the basics to slowly expand that and keep doing that. I was doing that for a while, and I just got so busy with life and work and life that I think I just kind of stopped, and I need to start that again. So yes, please look for an ever-expanding... Oh, Jesus, this guy is sneaking right up here. An ever-expanding... The videos will probably be shorter, but I want to grow that, like, repertoire. I'm gonna wait for this guy to stop. Not really hidden, I don't think. Got him. So I'm playing the Deus Ex, Give Me Deus Ex, GMDX mod, which is just kind of an update, retexturing, and bug fixing of the original. A lot of mechanics are smoother, like me shooting that guy in the head with a tranq dart, actually putting him out, knocking him out. It was a bizarre thing. Ooh, a black helicopter. Taking it's a green helicopter. We're gonna say this is one of the black helicopters. Yeah, I don't know. It's there's a lot of fixes in here. I've only played this for about 10 minutes so far, but I can already tell.
Freight base is under lockdown till the danger's gone, Agent Denton.
Right. How you guys holding up?
UNATCO command made us pull back. I guess for Gunther's sake. What's the deal? We're ready to go in.
This guy wants to kill everybody. I'm taking a minimum force approach, but I think this guy wants to hear... I can't speak for command, but I'm gonna clear the place out.
I can't speak for command, but I'm gonna clean the place out.
I hear you. Natalie's right. You nano-augs are born and bred killers.
I do my best.
Better load up. There are some crates of ammo stashed in the antenna shaft behind the helipad. Might also want to check out the combat next to it. The code's 0451.
Thanks. I won't let you down.
My tactic, when there's no cover like this, is to pick them off from 50 or 100 paces with a scope. What do you think?
Plenty of cover.
I scored an extra one from a couple of thugs we dropped down by the dock. You can have it for 700 credits. I also picked up some 10mm ammo and some crossbow tranquilizer darts. Say 200 for one, 60 for the other.
Shouldn't you turn that stuff over to the quartermaster?
Sure, I will. As long as command has the rest of us on parade drill, someone might as well put this hardware to use.
Well, with this many corpses flopping around, I think 10 mil is going to be plentiful. I'm going to go with 60 for the tranq darts.
Here's 60 for the tranquilizer darts.
And I'll just keep
Time
using
to
my
clean
stealthy
house.
little bug-fixed tranquilizer darts. Thank you very much. This game really wants you to have a crowbar. It's the late 90s, and Half-Life came out, so everyone's got to have a crowbar. If you didn't, oh, that's interesting. Oh, this recharges my augmentations. That's cool. So yeah, here we are with the Half-Life crowbar.
Welcome aboard,
Go
Agent.
get some stuff, and maybe I'll answer another question. But first, 0451, the code of 1999 and 2000. Just like a little comms van, it looks like. Some taser darts, shotgun shells. What is this? Nuclears. Huh. Did they make this more like Like the newer games? The newer Deus Ex games? Maybe. Attention night shift. Van camera system login. Same as the old one. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Satcom. New password. Unatco 001. You're not going to beat me at darts. Alright, this is just my instinct. I'm gonna turn that camera off. And, you know what? Just turn all the I love turning the cameras off. I don't know why. Just, like, leaving no trace, if you know what I'm saying. What is this? Nothing, just a door. Alright. Is there, hands are full. No. Exploration bonus. Oh, yeah. So weak with this crowbar. I'm no Gordon Freeman. All right, this looks good. I think we're okay. And so now we're gonna get those darn dandy terrorists out of the Statue of Liberty. Can't have that. Can't be having that. Any other crates? God, I love smashing crates open. It's just the greatest thing ever. That's scary. Okay. Okay, next question. Favorite distro for personal use? And why is it Arch? This person already knows that it's Arch. My favorite distro for personal use is Arch. Oh, wow, there's a stamina system. Jesus, this is like, there's a lot to get used to here. But you know what? I really like this mod because it kind of preserves the feel and the look of the original very faithfully in the level design. There's other Deus Ex mods that are not so faithful. They add their own stuff, but I've just never been able to get into them for that reason. So, yeah, I'm pumped. Okay, favorite distro for personal use. Why is it Arch? Well, it's Arch. I don't know. I never understood the hype that Ubuntu was able to build up because, you know, all this like, oh, easy package installs, like binary installs, and a good package system, and a great wiki. It's like, oh yeah, that stuff all already exists in Ubuntu. I'm not sure. It's a strange thing. I'm just not sure why Arch. Did I say it exists in Ubuntu? It exists in Arch. I'm not sure why it seems so revolutionary for people in Ubuntu. And I'm not saying that, again, as like some kind of elitist. I think Ubuntu is, you know, fine. They crammed enough stuff into it to make it a decent kind of desktop OS in the end. There's enough like monkey patches on top of monkey patches. And I mean, maybe all desktop distros are like that until you kind of build your own. But Arch, I think, is a great... there's a conversation here that I want to hear. But I think Arch is a great middle ground between... it's extremely customizable, and there's enough kind of done for you that you don't have to fiddle with every last thing the way you would if you were actually... like, if you were really creating your own distro, like with whatever that project is called. I'm playing Deus Ex, so I can't remember right now. But yeah, I love Arch. It's a great balance of features.
That's the difference right there. Just take a look at him.
Bad?
They cut off his arm, replaced half his face.
Herman, right? He's a good soldier. Killed 3 of our men.
They'd have replaced his whole body if it would have improved performance. If that's how you judge a man, by performance, then eventually it's not about people, but upgrades, versions, functionality.
All I know is we could use a few mechs for ops like this.
As soon as we buy into the cult of the machine, we're just like them.
Rhetoric. Always more rhetoric.
Separate, gentlemen. All right.
Huh?
That went well. I don't think it matters, but I'm just gonna slink off and carry these guys off into the dark. Thief instinct's kicking in. Whoa, that's not my character. Yeah, I think just the package installs, the AUR, like, repo stuff, like the public kind of community repo stuff, and the... I don't like that this guy's moving around. Hopefully he'll stay out of my... definitely gonna take care of this one, though. I'll just clean this up. Yeah, community packages, etc., etc. It's a great thing, and it's a nice, clean, minimal system if you want to keep it that way. You know, you decide what window manager you install. You decide what... Oh, this is a stupid idea. No, 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 no. Running with bodies. Okay. God, this is going to be really tedious for those who really want answers to these questions. I apologize in advance. I hope you like Deus Ex. Maybe I shouldn't be mixing metaphors like this, but I love Deus Ex. I love talking about Linux. Y'all asked some questions, so this is my attempt. In my opinion, is there a best personality type that like SRE or DevOps positions are tailored for? Personality type that should not attempt this type this type of work? That's an interesting question. I think... Ooh, lucky shot. I think an environmental suit. Lovely. No, I don't think there's an a personality type that is best suited or worst suited.
This
I
power
think
box
anyone
must
can
have
do
been
well
damaged in the
in
raid.
tech.
Don't cross through
I'll
the
expand
arcs.
on that in a second.
I'm also picking
Don't
up an
die,
EMP field here.
basically.
If you're not
Don't
careful, it'll suck away your bioelectrical energy.
NSF 001, smash the state. Roger, my friend. Roger. That is nothing we care about. Here's why I think anyone can like thrive in tech. Tech is such a large field. There's so much to do. There are so many different companies, cultures, environments. I honestly think thinking of technology as a field is almost missing the point. I forget, some business person said this, and I hate agreeing with like rich, famous businessmen, but he basically said that the difference between companies that like are gonna survive and those that aren't is that the companies that are gonna survive are gonna realize that suddenly they are not a logistics company or a bookstore or whatever. They realize they are a tech company that does, that sells books or that does logistics or whatever. And I kind of like the idea behind that, which is, that you have... fuck. There's that guy. He sure is right there. Where's he going? Yeah, just the idea that tech it's less of a specific thing that you might do or a specific industry. It's just, this is going to be like the new air that we breathe, and companies either understand that and put some effort into it or they don't. So, in that sense, this question is kind of like, is there a best personality type to work for a business in our... Shit. Fuck, I just got shot. Right in the face. Oh, no. Oh, I just threw a little grenade. Gas grenade. Something. Yeah. Does anyone hear this? No. They're blissfully unaware. Okay. Yeah, so in that sense, it's a little bit like asking what personality types work best at a company. And, it's like, be a decent person, get along with people, and, don't, just a team is made up of, a good team is made up of so many different personality types. I think that it really depends on that, like what mix
you might be able to avoid
you
some
have.
of the security by entering this way.
You have. I don't remember if I need this, but just in case. Wait a second. Did they change this puzzle? Son of a bitch. They did, I think they did. Huh, funny. Can't do that anymore. Oh boy. So to answer your question, yeah, don't worry about it. You should just apply. If you're wondering if you'll do well, just use the same rules you would everywhere else. Be a good person to work with. The end, you know? That's pretty much all you gotta worry about. Yeah. Favorite fiction book, author, and or series? That's a great question. I read a lot. I read a lot for fun. As a kid, I read a ton just for enjoyment. And yeah, it's a great hobby. It always was, and I guess it sort of paid off because I did so poorly in school that really the fact that I had been an avid reader and kind of like learned to self-educate and learn myself alone. Fuck. Now this guy's coming around. I think I want to go that way. I'm just gonna pop this guy when he gets close. Anyway, so reading good. Did much reading. Got him. Man, this is great. 10 mil ammo. I'll hide for this guy. Yeah, reading good. Favorite series. Man, I really like that Patrick Rothfuss Name of the Wind stuff. Love that. I really like a lot of what Neil Stephenson has written. I really liked Cryptonomicon. My god, that is just a great book. It's trippy. It's like Thomas Pynchon, but like, I don't know. It reminded me of the one about the V2 rockets that Pynchon wrote. Yeah, so Neil Stephenson, love that stuff. Other books. I'm gonna look around. I got a ton of books right behind me. Oh, my fiction's downstairs. Yeah, this is all. Those are the books that I've read recently that I really, really like. In terms of, I used to read a ton of like philosophy and stuff, and when I did, I really, really enjoyed Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. I really enjoyed the Tao Te Ching. I don't know. I got a lot out of reading those books. I was, you know, like late teenage years, early 20s. Those books really influenced me. Also, The Prophet by Kahlil Gibran. It's an amazing book. Disarming gas grenade. Did you know? All you had to do was hit right click a few times. It's great. Oh. Yeah, those are some of my favorites. Aurelius, the Zen stuff is good. Buddhist stuff is really good.
Did they find the shipment? Yeah, we got the whole supply. You can see the ship's lights crossing the bay. Guess y'all were right. So why are we pulling out? Mike's on the horn. Jojo wants a lead on the distribution network. Yeah, we don't have enough men to protect what we've got. That's what Jojo wants. I wonder, how does a guy with a tattooed forehead get to be an NSF colonel? Pardon me, but back in Alabama, we wouldn't let a man who wears earrings plan a military operation. I'd watch what I say about Jojo. He's got a temper. He's a punk and he's gonna get us all killed. The NSF is strong because it represents everyone's interests. Yeah. They found us.
Ow. That's okay. I'm okay. I feel okay. I don't feel okay at all, but... Still good, yeah. So what kind of keyboard am I rocking? I am rocking a bunch of different keyboards. I thought I would friggin' hate the MacBook Pro keyboard, but I actually don't.
Good. You're nearing the command center. Agent Herman remains in captivity on the ground floor, but we can probably get him out. Keep moving.
Oh yeah, there's a whole section of this level that I just like bypassed. The one that I started using because I had some RSI pain, some like finger wrist pain, is the Kinesis Advantage 2. It's a really freaky looking one with like kind of cupped
Some news, JC.
recesses
the
for your
NSF targeted
hands.
a shipment of the plague vaccine Ambrosia. We can't locate it. See if the leader will surrender when you reach the command post. We'd like to interrogate him.
I love that keyboard. It's an amazing keyboard. My desk setup isn't great right now. There's some stuff I'd like to change about it. So when I do that, I'll probably use that much more regularly again. But yeah, if you're looking, if you're not afraid to spend money, or like this is what you should do. Get your company, your manager, to spend the $350 for the Kinesis Advantage for you, and then everyone's going to be happy. Are these guys going to talk, or what's happening? Are you going to talk?
Let's get out of here. Who was that? I didn't see him.
So what's going on here? Yeah, I don't know. Kinesis Advantage, it's insanely expensive. I think it is too expensive for what it is. I don't see a reason for it to be that expensive. It is overpriced, but in a purely value-based pricing thing, like, is it probably worth $350 to a person who makes, you know, $100,000 a year and has some RSI pain? Yes, it probably is. So, you know, get your company to buy it for you if you can. That's my recommendation, but it has been worth it for me.
Easy. We want you to take this one alive and conscious. Find out what you can about the shipment, then turn him over to one of the troopers.
I love this. Is one of my favorite conversations in the game. This one, there's one later with a guy named Morgan Everett, but I love this conversation. I'll shut up for this.
Don't shoot. I surrender.
So you think you know better than FEMA what to do with this month's Ambrosia shipment?
You're too late. It's on its way back to the people, and you can't do a damn thing about it.
Hey, look, I could commit a war crime right here.
Tell me about the shipment, and I'll order the troops to pick you up as a prisoner instead of a corpse.
Ask away. We already won this round.
Where are you taking it?
We're just giving ordinary people the same chance to survive as the bureaucrats in Washington.
You'll have to unload in New York because the choppers would spot you at sea.
I think the government made the plague on purpose to get rid of the population growth.
Well done. I will pass on your orders to the troopers. Report back to base on the west side of the island. Mission complete.
Thanks, Edward Snowden. I mean, Alex.
The chief finally let us loose. We were right behind you and cut through them like a hot knife through
Good,
butter.
you murdered everyone. I'm glad to hear that.
Just answer the question.
Don't believe me? It's all in the numbers. For 100 years, there's been a conspiracy of plutocrats against ordinary people.
Do you have a single fact to back that up?
Number one, in 1945, corporations paid 50% of federal taxes. Now they pay about 5%. Number two, in 1900, 90% of Americans were self-employed. Now it's about 2%.
So?
It's called consolidation. Strengthen governments and corporations, weaken individuals. With taxes, this can be done imperceptibly over time.
I'll take it from here.
It's an interesting conversation. There's more to it, and I'll play it in a second, but I just wanted to give a shout-out to Accursed Farms. If you look for the Accursed
Good work,
Farms Deus Ex review, at something like 30 minutes, he goes into this into this conversation specifically and kind of looks at the background and the actual data around this.
We're gonna lock
and
this guy away for a long
very
time.
interesting. I think that's actually one of the most, maybe the most interesting video game review I've ever listened to. He really gets deeply into it, but it is compelling.
I'll take it from here.
Not that I buy into like any one narrative about like what's happening in the world. There's a lot of random chance. Things are confusing. Everybody's reacting. It's like extremely complex. But some of these trends are like a real thing, and this is interesting to me.
I guarantee you that the interrogation staff at UNACO will not be as forbearing as I am.
Yeah, the secret police. You're just bullies for a completely illegitimate government in Washington.
We will locate that shipment one way or another.
The entire executive branch is handpicked. 19 of the last 23 U.S. presidents have been members of the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is financed by the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds.
This is where they kind of lose me, but
that's a think tank. Anyone can become a member.
But not everyone does. That's why they call it the secret government.
It's the deep state.
You can't fight ideas with bullets.
You can't find ideas with bullets. You can try. I guess.
Did you ever ask what it's for? The surveillance, the police, the shoot-on-sight laws. Is that freedom? Your NatCo teaches teenagers to fight when it still seems like a game. And look at you. You're a killing machine.
Meta. It's being meta. It's a video game being all meta.
Who's the scary one, huh?
Oh, man.
Me or you? The more of us you kill, the more that secessionism lives in the hearts of the people.
Is it worth a try? Secessionism.
Ever wonder why big car companies pay 2% tax while the guys on the assembly line pay 40%? Corporations are so big you don't even know who you're working for. That's terror. Terror built into the system. Corporations are so big you don't even know who you're working for.
Hell of a long shift.
Long
Terror
shift.
built into the
It's part of
system.
a fucking assault
We're
to
gonna
an
lock
objective.
this guy away for a long
You should be
time.
shitting yourself and trying not to fall asleep right now from the fucking adrenaline dump. All right. So that is the first mission. That's the first conversation, and that at this point I was like, okay, what is going on with this game? We're talking about all this stuff. It really had me hooked. I don't buy all this like trilateral commission, Rothschilds stuff. I don't. But I think what they're talking about there with the general trends of like where the world is going, consolidation as an idea, this idea of like a corporatocracy, or the idea that kind of as money and power get consolidated, they only start kind of building this gravity of power, and there's just more and more consolidation. I do buy into that, and I think as tech people, we in a way we're part of that system. We're often working for companies that directly are like part of this. They're part of. So if we'd come in the ground floor, this is what we might have used. Gunther Herman, our little teammate, was being held in there somewhere. This guy's been.
Gunther slipped out on his own. Report back to base.
I don't know if this guy agrees. It's like a lot of these companies, it's like if you're, the prestige that they've built up around like working at Facebook. Oh, it's so hard. It's like, oh, isn't it difficult? Like that makes something worth doing. This idea that like the challenge of interviewing for a global megacorp is somehow makes it good work, or makes it worth it, is to me it's crazy, and it is actually just like very effective kind of misdirection, if you can call it that. So it's like if you have all these tech skills, it's like you realize, you should realize, like, wow, if I have a natural affinity for tech, that puts me in a small group of people.
The NSF had a commercial-grade security bot in this area, but one of our soldiers zapped its electrical system with an EMP grenade.
The bot is done. Anyway, yeah, if you're gonna work for a company, you should know that they're not doing you a favor by giving you a job. You need to be sure that what you're doing is. Oh, I can't hack this. Oh, I don't have hacking skills. Right. Interesting.
This account has been locked pending investigation.
I like it. I like that.
They sent us in to pick up the pieces. We've already searched the bodies and delivered the enemy munitions to the quartermaster.
Spoils of war. Wow, so that is my answer to what kind of keyboard are you rocking? Excellent, Dave. Staying right on track. If you guys don't know, one of my great gifts is I have a powerful ability to concentrate, but holy shit, I do not have a powerful ability to multitask. And I hope it's not too annoying as you guys watch this. Probably gonna have a little conversation here, and then we'll get to the next question.